Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening.
Shall we start, ma'am?
Yeah, in 1 minute we can start.
Okay.
Good evening, all.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
I'll start
Good
in
evening,
1 minute.
ma'am.
Yeah, good evening. I'll start in 1 minute. So, fine, what did we discuss yesterday? We'll have a recap of that and we can move towards today's topic. You can just type it in the chat also. What did we discuss yesterday? Yes, I think Damodaran, yes, good. We have discussed operators, then conditional statements, if else.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, your video is not visible and you haven't shared anything yet, ma'am.
No, I didn't share. I will be doing
Okay,
it.
okay, ma'am. Okay.
So we were discussing about operators, conditional statement, loops, and functions. Okay. And today we are going to see about list comprehension and file handling and exception handling. Okay. So let me share my screen. And the materials you will be getting yesterday's and today's session together in a single PDF. Okay. So my screen is visible to everyone. Okay. Now today we are going to see about list comprehension. So this comprehension is nothing but it's an one-line expression where it is used for instantaneous purpose. For example, in a single line, you can have the expression, you can have for loop, conditional statement in a single line. For example, let me write the syntax first of all. So this is a syntax for list comprehension. So first, you can pass the expression. What type of expression you wanted to apply to the element. And next, in a single square bracket, that is called list comprehension, right? So in a single square bracket, I can keep expression in the same line and also for loop for variable in maybe the elements, whatever the elements, for elements in sequence, whatever the sequence we have. And also we can have if condition. Okay, so in a single line, we can have all these concepts together. So where you can pass the expression, for loop and if condition. So that is why we call and we keep all these in a square bracket. And that's why we call this as a list comprehension. Fine. So you can ask like what exactly this expression does. See, expression will represent the operation you wanted to execute on each and every item or element inside the list. It can be a list or tuple or string, or it can be anything. Okay, that is expression. What about element? I mean, for loop. I wanted to iterate through every element in the list and I have to apply this expression, right? So that's why I'm using for loop over here. And if you wanted to add some condition, based on the condition, if you wanted to filter any element from the list, then you can go for if condition. Clear? A filter helps, this if condition helps decide based on some condition, it will bring out the element. Clear? So let me give one example for this, how this list comprehension can be implemented. For example, let me take variable as num, and I'm having a very simple list called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now to this list, I'm going to square. Actually, see, I will tell you the task. You guys have to guide me how to do it, because already we have seen conditional statement, loop concept, functions. So by now you must able to do this task. So I have to square all the element in that in this list. How can I do it? I wanted to square all the elements inside this list. How can I do it? See, without list comprehension, we'll try it first. Then I will tell you the same concept, how it can be implemented through list comprehension. Okay? Can you give a try? I will put the list in the chat. Yes, using a loop and if condition. Yes, can you give me the code? Can you try it? So by using the loop, we access that list, then we use if condition. Or we can directly, you don't want to use if condition, you can directly square it. Yes, or directly you can use a print, inside print, you can give I to the power 2, I exponent 2. Okay. So let me tell you, you have to do like this for I in num. Then I have to do like this, I exponent 2. So this is how you can do it. Yes or no? Okay. And one more condition I will tell you. For example, I'm taking a range of value over here. Hold on. Okay. So one more task. I will tell you how it is easy when you're going with list comprehension with this, the same concept. I'll tell you. See, now you have to take a range of 11. You have to take the values from 0 to 10. So I'm taking range of 11. And you have to take only the even numbers from this. How can you do it with a for loop? So I have range of 10 values over here. And among those range of 10 values, you have to pick only the even numbers. How can you do it? So very simple. Let me take it like this. I'm going to take, by using loop, I'm going to take a range of 11. Then how can I do it? Then I'm going to set if condition if I modulo 2 equal to 0. Then I am going to print the type. This is how we do it. Yes or no? Okay. So this is without list comprehension, we are able to do this, but it is taking two to three lines of code. Yes or no? The same concept, let me try it with list comprehension. How it can be done with the list comprehension, the same concept. Okay, so what is the syntax? For example, let me take this list around. Now I am taking it. In a single line, I'm going to explain, I'm going to implement this task. How can we do it? What is the syntax for list comprehension? First, you have to pass the expression, then for loop, then if condition. I think here we don't want any condition, but what is the expression you have to give it? Let me take I exponent 2. So here the task is to square all the elements inside the list. I have given the expression with the element. Now, here you have to use for I in now. Clear? That's all. And you have to print it. If you run to see, I can able to get the answer. Where I'm using a single line. Within a single line, I can able to solve this type of task. That is list comprehension. Clear? Yes or no? Oh, good. Now, I want you to implement the same task what we have done. Can you try it with the list comprehension? I'll give you 1 minute of time. Can you try it with the list comprehension? How can you do it? Here, actually, see, if condition is optional. Yeah, if it is required, you can go for it. Otherwise, it's optional. Based on the requirement, like what outcome you wanted to bring, you can just include that. Definitely, we need for loop to access the data. And expression will give you the solution. The condition is like sometimes a condition, if it is required, you can go for it. Otherwise, see, here I think conditional, we're just squaring all the elements. That's all. We're not applying any condition. But here, in this range of value, I need to filter the even numbers. So where condition is required for this task. Okay. So how can you implement this in list comprehension? Any answers so far? I'm looking for the answer. Okay, let me give it. See here, I expression is I because here your focus is based on the conditional statement. So I don't have any expression. Condition only playing an important role here. So the expression will be I, the variable. Then again, by using for loop, I'm going to access this range of 11 value, range of 10 values. And here you can pass the if condition. If I modulo 2 equal to 0, that's it. See, I got the answer in a single line. Okay. See, if you wanted to store this also, you can store it and you can print with X. Because anyway, we need some variable to hold this. So you can just store it and you can print it. Otherwise, if you're not giving a variable also, it will work. Clear with the list comprehension? Any doubts? Okay. So shall we move to the file handling concept? So list comprehension is very simple, only a small topic. So where we are just passing all these three, we are passing expression, loop, and conditional in a single line. Okay, list comprehension is doing translate the traditional iteration approach using for loop. Clear? Any doubts? Give me a minute. Okay. So let me start with the file handling concept. See here, we are going to handle a lot of files. So if you wanted to experiment along with me, you can go for it. Okay. So is everyone ready with the Google Colab opened? You have Google Colab open. If you're trying along with me, I will go a bit slow. How many of you are trying along with me? Okay, fine. Let me give you an introduction of file handling. What is file handling? Okay, see, whenever you're working in an organization, everything is in a form of data, right? If you wanted to read a file or write into a file, definitely we need to know about file handling concepts. And your file also can be in a different format. Yes or no? We cannot say that all the files will be in the same format. Yes or no? What are the file formats you know so far? Excel file. Then we have text file. And after this workshop, you got to know about two files. One is Python file.py and one is notebook file.ipynt. Yes, we have document, docx, and PDF file, S, text file. Then we have CSV file. So how many of you know about CSV file? So it will be in the form of, actually there is no any order in that. We don't have, like Excel file, we don't have any rows and columns. So data will be like pasted as it is, comma separated file. Okay, that is CSV file. So today we're going to handle with text file, CSV file and all those things, and we are going to learn how to read a file, write into a file, and how to append something into a file. Okay, so we need a various type of file first of all. Okay, so before that, we're going to see what all we are going to do with the file. Can you see? We're going to see what are the types of file we have and why file handling is required in Python, and what are the functions you have in a file, and different modes in a file. For example, if I'm opening a file or reading a file, in what type of mode I'm opening. For example, if I'm opening a CSV file or text file, whether you're opening a file to read a content or write a content, or you're appending something, so that you have to know about the modes of opening a file. And we have seek and tell method. I'll tell you what is that, and we are going to see what are the modes and functions we have to read and write. Clear? Okay. So now, whenever you open a file, okay, see, we have two types of file. One is text file and one is binary file. Text file is nothing but whatever we have discussed now. CSV file, Excel file, PDF document, Python file, everything is a text file. It will be in a form of text, right? But binary file is whenever your data is in a form of image, audio, video, that is binary file. Okay, so here dealing with binary file, it's quite hard because we can't work with a video or audio, which will be the size will be very huge. So here we're going to deal with a text file, because in the real time, most probably we are going to deal 90% we're going to deal with text file. Yes. So we'll just deal with the text file and how to work with the text file. We'll see one by one. So we have three basic operations. Whenever you're dealing with a file, you have three operations. What is that? First, you have to open the file. Yes or no? Then you're going to do some operations, whether you're reading or writing or whatever the operation we want to do, we are doing it after opening the file. And at the last, you have to properly close the file. Clear? So first, you have three steps. First, you're going to open the file, then do some operation, and finally, you're going to close it. Clear? And this is the syntax for opening and close the file. Can you see it? You can take any variable. It's not like you have to take only F. You can take any variable. F equal to open. Open, and you have to give in the quotation the file name with the extension. Because we have different types of text file, right? Different types of, yes, text file means we have a Excel file, CSV file. So you have to mention the extension, which type of file you're opening. whether text file or CSV file, you have to mention your file name with extension first. And after that, comma, again in the quotation, you have to mention in which type of mode you are opening that file. Whether you're writing or reading, that mode you have to mention. And finally, see, after doing the operation in between, whatever the operation you want, you have to do. And finally, you have to close it like this. F now close bracket. You have to properly close like this. Okay. So now we have learned how to open and close the file. Now let us see what are the modes, different type of modes we have. So whenever you are opening the file, you have to mention the mode, right? Which mode we are opening, definitely we have to mention. So let us discuss what are the mode we have. Can you able to see here? We have literally 6 types of mode. So we have read mode, write mode, append mode. And if you're doing both together, read and write, then you can go for R+. If you're writing and reading, then you can go for W+, and appending and reading, you can go for A+. Let us see one by one how it is working out. Okay, fine. Clear with the modes? Any doubts so far? Let me know if you have any doubts regarding this file, modes of file. A file path is advanced level. When we are learning Pandas library, there we are going to see how to read the file with the path Prem Kumar. Maybe if your file is in different directory, okay, then you have to give the path on. So that I think that concepts will be coming under the library Pandas. I think the last day we are going to see that on. This is a basic way of handling a file. Clear how to open, how to read it, write it, append it. Okay, so in Pandas, you will learn how to read the file with the path, how to clean the data and all those things. Clear? Any doubt till here? Are you clear? The types of, how many types of file we have and what are the modes available to open a file? Shall we start? Okay. Hold on. One second. Okay. So can everybody do one thing? Please open a new notebook file. Okay. Open a new notebook file. Let me save this first of all. Because you have to create a file first of all, right? Then only I can read that file. What are you going to read now? What are you going to do now? Click on file, give new notebook. Write some basic code like how we did for maybe you can take the previous file code. Let me take this code, the function code. Okay, I'm going to take this code and copy this and paste it over here. Is everybody following it? Click on file, click on new notebook. You will be like the new notebook will be opened and write some code over there or already which we have done in the previous session. Copy that and paste that code. Is everyone done till here? Because I cannot share any file in the chat actually. That's why I'm just asking you all to create a file. Okay, yes, Shakila Banu, like we're going to see about append and write mode also. For append and writing, I think we have append and read. Okay, we don't have append and write. Append is nothing but already you're going to write something. That is append. Append is similar to write only, but we have one difference, I'll tell you. So you have the option called append and read only. You don't have append and write. Okay. Yes, everyone done creating a new file? Go to the file, open a new notebook, paste some code, and save it like, let me save it as Python file, or you can download it as Python file. Hold on. You can take F1 dot leave the file. Now what you're going to do now, go to file, click on download, and download it as Python file, download.py. Can everyone do that? See, now it's been downloaded as a Python file. Can everyone do this? Python file. Please do that. If you have any doubt on that, let me know. Because only I can read, because if you create a file only, we can read that or write. We can do whatever we want. Done? Okay, one more time I'll repeat. Go to Google Colab, click on file, click on new notebook. Okay, so new notebook will be opened. Write some code over here. So yesterday we have written function code, no? Copy that and paste it. And save this file as f1.ipynt. But please click on file again and download it as Python file, because I'm going to work with the Python file now. So the same file, download it as Python file. If you click on that, see here it will be downloaded. You can go and check in your PC. You will be like having this Python file downloaded in the downloads folder. Clear? Everyone done till here? Please let me know. Shall I proceed to open that file? Yes. Let me know like you are able to follow or you're struggling to create a file and download so that I can help you. If you are done creating it, let me know. Give a thumbs up or say yes. Okay, good. So now what we are going to do in the sense, we are going to read that file. Okay, so we are going to read that file without opening the folder. Clear? So usually how will you see the data? For example, directly if you go and open that file only, you will know what is inside that file. Whether it is a text file or Python file, only if you click and open, you will get to know what is there inside that file. Yes or no? Okay. Now what we are going to do now, without opening that file through Python code, we are going to read the content inside that file. We're going to read that file without opening it. Shall we see how? But before that, you have to know what are the rules you have to follow when reading a file. Can you read these 3 rules? What are the rules we have? Let me zoom a bit. Yeah. So read the rules. If you're opening a file in a read mode, you have to know about this 3 rules. Please go through it. They're telling that if file exists, if the file is there, it will open. And it will place the cursor at the beginning of the file. That is very, very important. Because only when your cursor is in the beginning, it will read the complete file. Otherwise, it will miss the content. So when you are using read mode, what is happening? If the file is there, it will open and place the cursor at the beginning of the file. And if file is not there, in case if you're opening the file which is not there, then you will get this error. Can you see here? You will get this file not found error. That is second rule. And what is the third rule we have? It allows only to read from the file because you're using only R. R is what? R is you can only read from the file. But when you're going for R plus, you can read and write. But as of now, we're going to only read the file. So if you're giving R, you can only read, but you're not allowed to write into the file. That's what the third rule is. Clear with the 3 rules? If file is there, it will open and place the cursor in the beginning. If it is not there, it's going to give you a file not found error. And the third rule is when you're opening in a read mode, you can only read from the file. You are not allowed to write into the file. Clear? Okay. Now let us go and implement the concept. Okay. Is everyone clear till here? Okay. So let me move forward and see. Okay, I think we have downloaded, we have created a file called F1. F1, okay. So if you wanted to open that file in a collab, first of all, you have to upload that file over here. See, I'm not opening that file. I'm just uploading. Then only if I keep that file in a collab, then only it will have the interaction. Clear? Okay. Maybe if you're working in some other tool, if your files are in the same folder, it will work. But we are into the online tool. Yes or no? We are into the online tool. Maybe if you're using offline tool, directly it will access the file. If the file are into the same folder, your working file and the file which you're going to read, no, if both are into the same folder, it will work. But here we are into the online tool, which it will not fetch the data into the local PC. For that, what you have to do now, you have to upload the file over here. I'm not opening the file. I'm just uploading the file. How can I do it? Can you see option called folder like option here under this key on the left hand side? Can you see we have a key over here? Yes or no? Under that key, can you see a symbol like folders, which is nothing but files? Please click on that. One click, you will be getting this. Okay. And can you see one option called arrow mark with like file arrow mark? The first option, first icon with upside arrow mark. Can you find this? Yes or no? Is everyone following my instruction? Okay. Click on this icon, the first icon. If you click, it will take you to your personal computer. Okay. Now click on downloads. If I click on downloads, see we have downloaded one file, right? See it is over here. Click on that and click on open. And it will tell you warning, but it doesn't matter. Give OK again. Now see the file is uploaded over here. Clear? The file is uploaded over here. Is everyone getting your file here? Maybe whoever is trying along with me. Is everyone getting? Let me know. Okay, I'm getting yes. Okay, so I'll just proceed. Now we have the file over here. I'm not going to open and see what is there inside. Through the Python code, we'll write it and see, or we'll open it and see what is there inside that function. Okay, I mean inside that file. Let me take the code. Okay, look at this. I'm creating a variable f, opening it. What is the file name I have here? Give the correct file name. Okay, hold on. You can just go to this 3 dot, click on this, copy the path and paste it here. Let me see whether I'm getting the answer. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, see, don't worry about this. Just go to this 3 dot, click on this, copy path and paste it inside this file name. The syntax is you have to, for the first quotation, you have to pass the file name. Paste it over there, comma, in which mode you are reading it. Read, just give R. Okay, just give R. I'm going to remove this. And now run it. Okay, so just give R, which means that I'm going to read the content inside that file. Okay, and before reading it, I'm just giving a method called tell. What is tell? So now see, after opening your file, the file is now saved into the variable called f. So further, whenever you're dealing with that file, you are going to use f1 because we have saved that file in a variable f. So here I'm giving print f.tell. Tell means it will return the current position of your file pointer. I mean your cursor position. Why I'm checking tell in the sense, because whenever I am reading a file, I wanted to make sure that the cursor is in the beginning, so that I will able to know that I'm reading the complete file without, or complete content inside that file without missing anything. So that's why I'm using tell method. And after that, after confirming, okay, my cursor is in the beginning of the file. After confirming that, I'm reading it. Can you see the fourth line? I'm reading it. F.read. whatever you have inside that file, read it. Okay. And again, I'm checking the cursor position by using the tell method. Why? Because I wanted to check whether it has read completely everything and reached at the end of the file. I wanted to check that also. That's why I'm using tell method before read and after read. And after that, I'm closing my file properly. That's it. Okay. Then if you run your code, look at your outcome. Let me explain the outcome. First, it is giving 0. The 0 is nothing but, see, first we have given this tell method, right? Where is tell? Tell. So answer for this first tell method is 0, which means that it is telling that, okay, my cursor is at the beginning. Okay, if your cursor is in the beginning, there is nothing to read, right? So it will tell you that 0. So my cursor went to the beginning of the file, so it is telling that 0. And after that, what did I tell? We are going to read the file. Now look at here, whatever I have inside that file, it has read completely and it is giving me the output over here. We were actually, I pasted this code only into that file, right? Hope everyone saw that. When I was creating this file, I just copied this code and pasted and I've saved it. Yes or no? Without opening that file, see, I can able to read the content inside that file. Yes or no? So it is reading and telling whatever we have inside that file, it is giving us in the outcome. And finally, it is giving some count, 412. What is that? After reading the file, I'm asking one more time, tell. I'm using tell, which means that again I'm asking for the cursor position at the end of the file. So your cursor will come to the end of the file and it will tell, totally I have read 412 characters inside this file and it will stop it. Clear? Now how we read the file without opening it. Everyone clear with this? So the same way we are going to implement R plus W, read and write is nothing but R plus W is write. W and write is W plus. We're going to see one by one how it is taking place. Everyone clear with this? How we are reading a file without opening that file. Let me know if you have any doubt, then I'll proceed. Okay, I'll give you the code. Hold on, I think they're asking for the code. Yes, Lakshmi, I've sent the code in the chat. Yes, Damodaran, don't mind about that warning. You can just go ahead with OK. Because every time you save it, nothing will happen. Yes, Prem Kumar. See, I'm using the tell method again to reach that cursor at the end of the file. So by sure, my cursor will be going to the end of the file. It will not miss anything. Okay. You can also check it and see. Maybe after reading it, go open it and check. It is working out well. Actually, we have lot of options in file handling. And also you can use, we have seek method to check where exactly the content is. For example, if you wanted to read 10th line, 11th line or second line, you have seek method also. We have lot of built-in functions available in file handling. Clear? So give a minute, just try with this. We'll proceed with R plus, where you can read and write into a file. Yes. Are you getting the answer? I think I'm getting some questions in the live comments. Yeah, see, end of file, we don't have end of file, nothing like that. We have already we have a function called read, right? Read. So this read function is designed to be called once and it returns the entire content of the file. You don't have to worry that whether we have read all the file or it came to the end of the file, because the read method is designed in such a way, read function is designed to be called once and it returns the entire content of the file. Clear? So don't have to worry about whether end of file and whether it has read completely. Don't worry. The read automatically will do that. I think, yeah, Vijaya asked this out. In C++, we have that, but in Python, automatically in read itself, we have a built-in like that. Okay. Shall we proceed to R plus? Everyone clear? Please give me a confirmation so that I can move towards R plus. Thank you. Now, take the same code. Okay, take the same code. We'll see what is the difference in R plus. Just change your mode as R, give plus additionally. That's all. Okay, now we'll see the rules for R plus. What are the rules we have in R plus? Let me show you the rules. Can you see? Can you read the rules for R plus? Read and write. Please go through this. So it's telling that if file exists, again it will open the file in read mode and place the cursor at the beginning of the file. If file is not there, again you're going to get file not found error. But the third rule you will be having different comparing to R and R plus. The third rule is it allows to read and also write into the file. So both you can do it here. Shall we try that? Okay. The only thing is I'm going to add write. Let me write some content. F dot. I'm going to write into a file. Let me take welcome to Python class. Okay. So I'm writing this content into the file. Okay. And let us run it and see what is happening. Okay. So the cursor position initially it is showing 0. Okay. Then it has read the content. Okay. So now what happens in the sense, it has read whatever we have, but we are not able to see that welcome to Python class. But it is telling that some 23 new characters has been added. Some 23 new character has been added. So if you go and open that file, you can able to see that content. Clear? Which we have added it. If you open that, let me open it and see. Okay, here it is opening in a collab. Not collab. Okay, hold on. Maybe I'll try to open here and see. Please save it then and there so that you will not miss the file. Open it as. Because when you open it, it will replace the older file. So please save it. Okay. Hold on. Let me upload the file again. Okay, I have it. Okay. See, No problem. If you're not able to open it and see, I'll tell you one more method. See, we have just returned this, right? You have returned some content to that file. Again, if you wanted to see that content, very simple. Go and run the same code with R so that it will read the content whatever you have. Now look at the answer. After running this, it is showing which we have added. Look at here. So we have welcome to Python class. Clear? So it has been added. The content which I have added is being added. Again, read it and see. Okay. So because since here I've uploaded here, you can able to see changes only here actually. In the offline, we cannot see. So again, please read it and see so that you will able to find which we have written into that file. Okay. But also you can ask why it is going and writing at the end. See, you can also you also have the specific position where to write. For example, we have 5 lines of code, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're telling that exactly I wanted to add a third line, this content, welcome to Python class, I wanted to insert at the third line, you can do it. So by using seek method, you can tell at which position you wanted to add the content. If you're not mentioning the position with the seek method, it will go and add it at the end of the file like this. Can you see here? It will add it like this. Got it? Okay. So this is R and R plus. Yes, I think, yeah, if it is storing in the drive, okay, fine. You can go and have a look at the drive, Guttu. Clear? Can everybody able to read the content inside that file with the R plus and R? Yes or no? Shall we proceed to W and W plus? Okay, let me move to W and W plus. Now, first of all, I think please go through the rule for W plus directly. The W means you can only write. You cannot read. But what about W plus? It is telling that it allows only to write. Okay, it allows write into file and also read actually. I'll remove this marking. Okay, so it allows write into the file and also you're allowed to read from the file. That is called W plus. Okay, we'll just go with this W and W plus folder. Okay, so let me open this and we'll see what is W. Let me take the same file name because if you want, you can create one more file and you can upload it. Okay. So let me take some different file which I already have created. So I'm going to take a different file. In case if you wanted to create, as I said, please create a file. Okay. Now let me take some different file which already I have it. Hold on. Let me check what do I have inside that file. Let me take f1.text and see what content. Okay, I have some big content over here. Okay, let me take f1.text. I have a big content over there. So I'm going to take f1. Give okay. Okay, again I have f1. Let me see what do I have. Actually, I'll read it and see what do I have in that file first of all. Then we'll see what to write it. Okay, let me click on read it and see. Read. Okay, let me run it and see. Okay. I have some program, right? The program to find. Okay, I have some question, Python question I have over here. Okay, so this is what I have in f1.py file. Now we are going to use W, so that which means that you are allowed only to write because I'm not using W plus, I'm using only W. Let me write something called what to say. Let me tell file handling. Let me write file handling. And I'm going to run this. So now what happened? It is telling that initially my cursor position 0 and some 13 characters has been added, and the final cursor position also giving only 13, which means that when you're writing something, it is deleting the content which is already present in that file, and it is going and adding this new content. That is called W. Clear? So what will happen? W, it will delete the content which is already present in that file, and it will go and add this new content. That is called W or W plus. But when you're dealing with append or append plus, it will not delete any content. Whatever you're trying to add it or write it or append, it will go and append at the end of the file. That is the difference between write and append. Clear? So write will delete the content and it will write the new one, and append will not delete it. Whatever you have, it will have, and whatever you're writing, it will go and add it at the end of the file. Clear? So now what write does? It has deleted the original content. Clear? And after that, let me see or read it what is there. F dot read. And if you give W plus, what happens? You can read it. Okay. But here, when you're using W plus, it will give you the count only. Okay. So I think you can use R and C, R plus and C, what we have inside the file. Or you can use read. Let me use read alone and see it, what we have inside that file. Maybe whenever you wanted to check whatever the alteration you are doing it, and later if you wanted to check what we have inside that file, go with R. See, now it is telling I have added file hand. Clear? So you can read and see what we have, what is there inside that file. Okay, so what W plus has done? What does W plus has done? Or W means you can write. W plus means write and read. Clear? So what does W do actually? It is deleting the original content. Yes or no? Then it is uploading whatever we are writing. Or it is going and adding whatever we are writing. Clear? Clear with W and W plus? Please let me know. Then we'll move towards append. Please confirm. Are you clear with read, R plus, W plus? Okay. Now I'm going to talk about this append. Okay. I think someone have asked out how can we. Yes, actually, why Mahesh, I'm reading it in the sense because I wanted to know what is there in the file again after doing some operations. Because I don't want to open that file. Go to that folder and I don't want to open that file. Without opening it, if I wanted to know what is there inside the file, then I have to go for read mode only. Okay. Otherwise, it is not required. See, W plus is nothing but Dhanalakshmi, where you can write the content into the file. So what will happen? No, it will delete the original content. Already the content which is present in that file, it will delete and it will add the new content which we have. That is W plus. Okay. And yes, Mahesh, you're asking again. I think how can we read and write? Okay, I'll tell you that. How can we read and write in a single program? So that you can do with the append mode. Okay, I'll tell you. So now please go through the rules for append mode. This is a rule. Please go through it. If file exists, it will open the file in append mode and it will again place the cursor at the end of the file. Why? Because you're appending something. Okay. So whenever you're adding something, your cursor, if it goes to the beginning, it will add it at the beginning. I don't want that. I wanted to add it at the end. And here in the append mode, the second rule is changing. Usually when the file is not there, we get the file not found error. But here, if the file is not there, it will create a new file with the name which you are trying to open. And the third rule, It allows to write into the file and you're allowed to read from the file as well. Write is nothing but append, okay? And also you're allowed to read from the file as well. Okay? We'll see how it is working out. So before that, let me check on some text file, what I have inside this. Okay, I have nothing here. Let me go to file.txt. Again, you don't have much content. Okay, let me take this F1. Let me change this as text file, okay? I don't want Python file again. Let me change it as a text file. Okay, file already exists. Okay, let me take F100 and save it. Okay, so I have a file called f100.txt. Let me try to open that. Okay, let me go to the collab. I'll upload. Okay, f100.txt file I'm uploading here. That's done. And let me take the file path and copy the path, paste it in the file name with extension here. We're done with this. Now, what does append mode does in the sense? See, you're writing something, okay, and also you're reading it as well, and you're closing it. Clear? Now, let me run this and look at the answer. See, it has written hello Python test, and also it is reading as well. I think Mahesh, your answer, I think you have answered your question. Where I'm writing the content at the end. See, by default, append mode will place your cursor at the end. That's why it has added hello Python at the end. Hello Python test. And also, we are reading the file. Okay, so why I'm using seek before reading? Because seek will tell you the position of your cursor, where exactly the position should be. For example, if I'm giving seek of 5, what it will do, no? The seek 5 will move. For example, if the cursor is beginning here at W, if I give seek of 5, it will move 5 characters forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My cursor will be after right. That is seek. Seek will move forward. It will move the cursor position. That is tell will tell you where exactly your cursor position is. But seek will help you to move your cursor forward. Okay. So now I've given seek of 0. Why? I'm telling my cursor go to the beginning. Why? Because after appending something, I wanted to read it. So if I wanted to read the content, again my cursor should go at the beginning of the file. That's why I'm giving seek of 0, then I'm reading it, then I'm closing it. Now see, I have the answers where I have appended something and also I'm reading it as well. Clear? Everyone? Let me know if you have any doubts. W is different, W plus is different. W is used for only writing. Okay, W plus where it will show you what you have written and how many characters has been added extra. It will tell you that W plus. Yes, Nirmal Raj, like the seek will move your file pointer that to the begin to read completely. Okay. Everyone clear with this? R plus, W plus, and append means, see, if I'm giving only A, it will only append the content. It will not read it. Okay, it will only append it. But if you wanted to append and read as well, then go for A plus. So I think it is good to use R plus, W plus, A plus, where you can do both together, right? Please give a try. I'll wait for 2 more minutes and we can move to the next topic. Yes, any doubts so far? Are you done? I don't know about C, C++. It's been a long time I worked in those languages. So currently I'm into Python and R. Okay, not even Java. I'm into Python and R. Fine, Nirmal Raj. Search is nothing but seek. Seek. You can give the position and you can just search. You can give the seek position and you can read it. Okay. So for example, if you're searching for a word or searching for a sentence, that I think we have a separate topic called regular expression where it completely deals with scrapping the data. Okay, so regular expression will help you to deal with searching for a word, matching word, or a sentence or a paragraph. Clear? Are you clear with file handling concepts? Yes, everyone. So now we'll just move towards a concept called exception handling. Sorry, exception handling. Exception handling. If any doubt, please let me know. Shall I proceed with exception handling or you have any doubt? Please let me know. Okay, we can move on. What about others? Okay. So exception handling is nothing but handling your error. In the beginning, we saw two types of error, right? What was those error? Compile time error, and we saw runtime error. And what are those as a compile time error? We saw syntax and indentation error. The runtime error we have discussed about name error, value error, and type error. So these compile time error, we were handling it because it is from the developer side. If you're missing the syntax or space, you have to go and handle it. You have to go and make the changes. There is no other way. So compile time, it is happening at the developer side. We are able to handle it. What about runtime error? How we are getting name error, value error, type error when we are discussing this? Did you notice that? What is the difference between compile time error and runtime error? See, compile time error was arising when we are writing the code, when we are on the developing side. Yes or no? So as a developer, we have to go and make changes. Okay, but runtime error was appearing when we are giving some input to the code. Yes or no? Everyone agree? I mean, how many of you agree with this? Runtime error was appearing when we are giving some input. Based on the input, it was telling, okay, I got name error, such name is not defined, value error. You have restricted with int and you are giving float. It was giving based on the input, which means the runtime error is arising on the client side. Based on the input, we are getting that runtime error. So it is very important to handle the runtime error. Compile time error, we were able to clear it. What about runtime error? We were not able to clear it, which means we are able to get only the error after getting the input from the user. So we have to handle this error very carefully because it is raising on the client side. For example, let me give you one real-time example. For example, you are using Facebook application. Yes. So how did you log in into the Facebook? You will give the username. You will give the password. This is client side. So I'm getting input from the user by giving the password, username, password. Sorry. If it is successful, he can be able to log into that application and he is making use of that application. Yes or no? So this is a smooth process. What in case if that client is giving the wrong password? What will happen? You will be getting some message, which is an error. It will tell you that password is incorrect. Yes or no? We have faced such situation, which means, okay, I have entered the wrong password. I'm getting the password is incorrect. What I have to do now? Maybe as a developer, I got an error. This is runtime. Okay, so the user has entered wrong password. What should I do now? That's all. You have entered password wrongly, so you cannot enter into the application. Shall I do like that? You cannot do like that. What you can do in the sense, you can give them the second opportunity to enter the password again. Clear? So I'm giving them one more opportunity to enter the password again so that he can enter again correctly and he can enter into that application. This is called exception handling. Handling those runtime errors. Look at the definition. Those runtime errors which can be handled at runtime are called exceptions. That is called exception handling. Clear? For example, the same example, let me take it. I'm just sign up the Facebook application, entering the username, entering the password. I'm doing all those things. Look at the statement 4. I'm trying to enter the password. If the password is correct, very simple, it will enter into the application. I'm going to make use of the application that is called statement 5 and 6. When I'm trying to enter the password, if it is correct, okay, I'm entering into the application which is called statement 5 and 6. What in case my password is wrong? It will come to the except block and it will say enter your password again. So where I'm using this try except block to handle those errors. Instead of giving error message, I'm giving the opportunity to enter the password again and enter into that application. This is called exception handling. Got it? Okay. Let me give you one example also. We'll just see it with a simple example. We don't want to confuse with the real time. Maybe real time is just to understand the concept. Okay. I'll give you a very simple example. Now, forget about this code. Let me add one more. Now I'm getting, look at this code. I'm getting 2 input from the user using eval function. Then I'm trying to perform modulo operation. I'm giving num1 modulo num2. If I run this, it will ask for 2 input. Let me give 6 and 7. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't enter. Hold on. Let me give 7 and one more input 9. It will give you some answer. The reminder is 7. It is giving some answer. Okay. Now, again, I'm running it. Now I'm trying to divide with 0. What will happen? I'm getting some error, right? Which is called 0 division error. What does it mean? Now I got error on the client side. This is runtime error. What is this error? It is telling that you cannot divide by 0. So I got the error over here. How can I handle this error? See, if I give this coding to the client, if they are running it, they will be getting the error message. I can't leave this error message as it is. I have to handle this error and I have to make use of I have to allow the client to make use of this application or code. How can I handle it? Look at the code above I have. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm getting 2 input from the user. Yes or no? 2 input from the user by using num1 and num2. After that, what I'm doing, I'm keeping the important line. See, this line is very important according to my program because the error will occur when you're doing some modulo operation. Yes or no? The error will occur on this line. So exactly you have to use try except block at this line. Clear? So I'm going to try divide these 2 numbers. If it is dividing successfully, it will come here and print and the rest of the line will work. In case, if I'm getting any error, this except will handle this error. It will give some message to the error. Instead of error message, it will give some message telling that you can't divide by 0. Clear? Then after that, the further lines of code also will be executed. Got it? For example, when I'm running this, let me give a few more lines also here. I'm giving num1 and let me give num2. See, when I'm getting error here, what happens now? The last 2 lines will not be run. For example, if I'm giving 7, then I'm dividing it with 0. See now what happens now, the error is appearing at this third line and it got stuck over there and further lines did not execute. But when you're using exception handling, when you're handling that error, look at this try except. I'm trying to do this operation. If it is working out good, fine. Completely everything will be all right. If I'm giving 7 and if I'm giving 2, I'm getting reminder and see further lines also working. It is just printing. This is normal way. Now I'll wantedly create an error. See how this exception is handling that error. Let me give 7 and let me give 0 again. Now see, I'm not getting any error message as before. Yes or no? How this try except block, how this exception handling is handling the error. Look at this. See, it is telling that, okay, when it is trying to do the modulo operation, there is some error. So if it is error, where it will come? It will come to the except block. Now it is telling that you cannot divide by 0. Instead of error message, I'm giving a very simple message to my clients telling that you cannot divide by 0. So they will understand, okay, we should not divide by 0. And also look at one more thing here. My code didn't stop in between. So the further lines also executed properly. This is how your way of handling error should be in the real time. Clear? As a developer, I have to handle the error. I cannot leave it like this and go with the 0 division error. I cannot leave it like this. You have to handle with the exception handling called try except block. Clear, everyone? Yes. Okay. Now we'll see few more examples. We have a lot of examples. I'll tell. So this is a basic. Okay. Now, actually, I was dividing with 0. So I'm giving this message divide by 0. That is fine. But what in case if I'm dividing with any other thing? Will this error message will be suitable for those type of scenario also? No. Maybe only if the user is dividing by 0, then it will tell I cannot divide. You cannot divide by 0. But what in case if I'm dividing with something else? Okay, so it has to handle all types of error. So what you can do now, in the except you can pass this error message. For example, instead of giving like a childish, instead of giving cannot divide by 0, you can pass the exact error message. What error message I'm getting here? 0 division error. Copy that and paste it over here near to the except. So you're going to try divide it with, you're going to try do the modulo operation. In case if the user is dividing by 0, I'm going to keep this 0 division error as E and I'm going to print this E. So why I'm printing this E? In case if the user is trying to divide by 0, it will print the 0 division error message. The original error message, it will print automatically. Let me run it and show to you. For example, if I'm trying to divide here with 7 and 0, see, it's giving the original error message. You can also customize by giving cannot divide by 0. You can also customize this. Otherwise, if you want the original error message, see, this is the original error message where we are getting. If you want that, you can go and pass this error message name, 0 error, 0 division error as E. Clear? And what in case if I'm trying to divide it with string or I'm using some other data? See, then the type error it is handling and it is giving the correct error message. Let me show you here. If I'm trying to divide with string, what will happen? What is the exact error message I'm going to get? Look at here. I'm getting the type error. So what I'm doing, in case if the user is giving string as an input, I have to show this error message. That's why I've given one more except block. You can have multiple except block. Okay. So I'm giving one more error called type error as E and I'm printing E. So when my user is trying to divide it with string, what is happening? It will give you the exact error message when you deal with type error. Isn't it good? You can also use multiple error. You can use name error in the except block, value error. You can keep multiple error message. Look at here. You can also use multiple. See here I've given 0 division error. What all the possible error will come when I'm dealing with this modulo operation? Think logically and work. So I'm going to give 0 division error, value error, type error. Maybe apart from this error, if any other error is being exceptionally, we are getting it very simple. I'm going to give one more message called some error has been caught. Clear? Fine. So see here how we are handling the errors. Okay, I'm not leaving as it is. You have to handle the runtime error. Compile time error is different. Only if you clear the compile time error, your code will run. That is different. But runtime error is which is going to occur when the application is used by the client. In that case, you have to handle those errors before handing it over to the client. In that case, you have to go for this exception handling, which you are going to handle those runtime error at the runtime. Clear? Clear till here? Let me see what the commands I'm getting. Any doubts, let me know. Okay, good. One last message. Okay, you can ask, ma'am, it is hard to sit and write all the error message because I don't know. For example, if you are more knowledgeable or if you know more about Python, you will get to know what all the errors will occur. But in case, ma'am, I don't know what error will occur. For example, if I'm dealing with some other expression over here, instead of modulo, I'm doing some other expression. I don't know what all error will occur. In that case, very simple, I'll give you one idea. Just use this simple line. Except exception as E. So this word exception will handle what all the errors we have. It will handle everything. You don't have to sit and mention each and error separately. Maybe if you don't know or if you're confused which error will occur, very simple, go with except exception as E. Then again print E so that it will print the respective error message. Very simple. This is very easy, right? You have to know both the way also. Okay, whatever error, for example, if I'm dealing with string, it will give the error message accordingly. See, it is telling that not all arguments converted during string formatting. And if I'm using a list, then again it will tell unsupported operand. See, it is handling type error. It is handling the value error. All the error it will handle. That is called exception. Clear? Clear? I'll tell you one more thing, ma'am. If you're asking what all the errors I have under exception. Okay, sorry, Python. What all error? I mean, if I'm giving the word exception, what all the error it is handling? If you wanted to know that, I will show you an image, which it will show you that what all the error it is handling. Hold on. Okay. I'm not getting that picture. It's here. Can you see this one? Let me open it. Look at this image. See, under exception, I have all it. I mean, if you're using that word exception, it is going to handle all these errors. See, we have attribute error, arithmetic error, EOF error, name error, lookup error, stop iteration. If you're dealing with loop, stop iteration error will happen, OS error, type error, value error. And under arithmetic, we have zero division error. Already we have seen it. Whenever you're dividing by zero, you will end up with zero division error, floating point error, overflow error. Okay, whenever you're dealing with files, see, we get file exist error or permission error. So these are all the errors which this one word exception will handle it. So you don't have to sit and write it separately, right? So this one word exception will handle all these types of error. You don't have to worry about the respective error which you have to mention or anything like that. Clear? If you want, you can take a screenshot of this error, or you can right click and save it, because I cannot upload anything in the Google Meet chat. Otherwise, I will be giving it. You can take a screenshot. Okay, fine. That's it for today. Any doubt, please let me know. If any doubt, please let me know. So the materials will be sent today for yesterday's and today's session. No, I'll be like putting in the same PDF and we will be like forwarding the groups. Okay. So today we have seen list comprehension, file handling, and also we have seen exception handling. Okay. Thank you, Mahantesh. Thank you. Recordings, I have to, you can check with the concerned person. Maybe in the group you can ask this question. I think it is on the YouTube, right? You can go and check their channel, YouTube channel. I think you have all the recordings, the live session, everything is in the YouTube channel. You can check there, Mahesh. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Any doubt? Let me know.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the all participants for attending the FTP.
Thank you all. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.